before we start, I would like to make an announcement, okay? Shout out to Nuruyuki Works. Why am I saying shout out to Nuruyuki Works? Because he have made this beautiful art of me. And it's fucking badass. That's me, by the way. Together with...
Tawna Bandicoot and Liz.
So shout out to you, bro. Thank you so much for that art. I appreciate it. And because of that, I will play Tawna Bandicoot and Liz this whole day today. Lit. Let's get it. I don't know if he's done with it or not. He just like he hit me up in the DMs being like, yeah, I got a little inspiration. There you go. And it was so good. Like a little inspiration? Motherfucker, that's art! Like the bike. Oh, I'm so happy to play my baby girl again. It's been a while. Been a while I've been playing my baby girl. Been a while I've been playing TCR as well, so I gotta mentally prepare myself for why are people leaving the game? I gotta mentally prepare myself for like all the bullshit that's gonna happen. Oh my god. Yeah! Somebody behind me? No, we good. We Gucci. We Gucci. We are Gucci. No, hit the edge. All right. Got 10 Wombas, aka gems. Treasures. It's actually called treasures, not gems. Oh! All right. Hey, okay. I was about to say, yo, I'm kind of killing it. I'm killing it with Tawna Bandicoot right now. Until I did that. Yo, Rimbaroo behind me? Oh. Ew.
Oh, really?
What am I doing? I ran right into it.
A little something for you.
A little something for you. Oh my god. Yo, I'm hitting the edges so much. Tawna, man. She's thick.
Coming at you full speed.
That is literally the only reason why I'm hitting the edges. There's only one male character that I've ever happened to, and that's Sparrow. But that's because he got big ass thighs. Sparrow got thick thighs. Tawna Bandicoot is just thick in general.
Better luck next time.
But she's thick. Second of all, you're comparing two different fighting games with each other. This is what I'm trying to tell the FGC. First of all, you're comparing a 2D fighter to a 3D fighter. We're talking about two different fundamentals.
Coming at you full speed.
That's like if people compared Overwatch with Counter-Strike. I got this rank in Overwatch, but in Counter-Strike I can't get that rank. Well, because obviously the way you play Counter-Strike is completely different than Overwatch. That goes for fighting games as well. Oh my god, I can't believe I hit a trophy. I wrecked him. My point is, people tend to compare fighting games to each other, where you shouldn't even fucking do that in the first place. Especially when it comes to ranks. Like, dude, first of all, one thing you also gotta consider, the rank system in Tekken and Mortal Kombat is completely different. Completely different. Same thing when it comes to the Street Fighter ranks compared to Tekken and Mortal Kombat and any other fighting game. Like, once again, there we go again. The FGC comparing fighting games with each other, knowing damn well they're not using the same rank system. The system is built up completely different, and the fundamentals are completely different too. Of course, you still have the regular fundamentals like whiff punishing, block punishing, frame data, and all that shit. That's like what you can compare any fighting game with. But fighting games are fighting games. You whiff punish in a 2D fighting game, you whiff punish in a 3D fighting game. The difference is that in a 3D fighting game, it's called movement, and in a 2D fighting game, it's called footsies. It's still the same motherfucking shit. But comparing the way the ranking system works in Mortal Kombat to Tekken, you can't do that. Because first of all, it's a 2D fighting game that you're comparing to a 3D fighting game. You also got to think about the player base of Tekken might be different than the Mortal Kombat player base. You know? Let's say you didn't get champion rank in Mortal Kombat, but you got a fucking Tekken God in Tekken 7, and you did the same fucking move all the way up to Tekken God or Tekken God Prime. That doesn't mean you're good. You know, you could, you know, the same thing if I did like fucking full crouch down 4-2 with King, which is minus 14 on block. It would be good to do that against Wang Jinlei if he was in Tekken, because he don't have a 14 frame punish in Tekken Tag Tournament 2. Therefore, he won't be able to punish my move, right? But if I did that against Lars, he has a 14 frame launch punish. So if I did that, he's gonna fuck me up. But even if that is the case, I could still have run into a sea of Lars players in my online ranked sessions and still beat everybody by using that move that they can punish so damn good. That doesn't mean I'm good. It either means that the connection is like the connection sucks so bad that they're not able to punish it, or the people that are playing Lars are not smart enough or not good enough in order to punish that because they don't know it's a 14 frame punish. Either way, you're whack. Movement, right? Knowing your opponent's moves as well in the movement. Okay, I can duck this. Okay, the third hit is a little delayed, so I can sidestep this and launch punish it. Yeah. But you don't learn that in Tekken. You can't go into the option practice mode and choose trial and then demonstration and then pick movement. That doesn't mean the game is harder. It means that it's less approachable. So when people say, oh, this fighting game is easier than Tekken. No, it's not easier. It's just more approachable. And that's what makes it more approachable and more easier, quote unquote, to learn. Because whatever you need to learn is in the game already. It's not in Tekken. In order for you to find out what the key moves are, in order to figure out how to learn these things, you have to go online. You have to go on the internet and look it up. Which is why when people say that there's information overload with Tekken, there is not. There's the opposite. There's literally the opposite. There's no such thing as information overload when it comes to Tekken. I tell you one thing, if there's one thing there's any like kind of overload in when it comes to Tekken, that is the elite players. There are so many elite players when it comes to Tekken that are just overloaded. Overloaded elite players, elitists. Because they're going like, hey, that's minus 10. And they'll keep telling you that shit. Hey, that's minus 10. You didn't punish that yet. Hey, that's minus 10. He did it 5 times now. You haven't punished it yet. Ignore those motherfuckers, all right? Because those motherfuckers, they're trying to make sure that you're gonna quit the game or whatever the case may be, right? Because they're like the elitists. They are the people that are used to playing Tekken. They are used. They have been in that situation so many times that the elitists did tend to forget that there was a time and a place where they were in the same situation when they were learning Tekken. I mean, that's facts. I got Spower after. Oh my god, I can't believe that fucking happened. Did that actually just happen? That actually just happened. Wow. Wow. Now, how do I catch up to Sparrow? There's no way in hell I'm doing that. You gotta fuck up in some magical way, and then I can hit him with the missile. I got the blue flames though, so uh-oh.
Coming at you full speed.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to catch up to him. But you guys get what I mean, right? You guys get what I mean. Sure, Tekken takes a long time to learn, but realistically, which fighting game in the world don't take a long time to learn? Especially if you want to be the best. If you want to be one of the best or good enough to beat anybody in the world, yeah, that's gonna take a long fucking time. It doesn't matter which fighting game you're picking up, because you still have to compete with somebody that's probably been playing the game for 3 more years than you have. Like that doesn't mean the game is harder. Like that's like if let's take Crash Team Racing for example. I'm sitting there, I'm playing Crash Team Racing, and I've played it for years. You guys know that. I've speedrun it competitively, all that shit, right? And then I play Mario Kart for the very first time. Of course I'm gonna say, man, Mario Kart is kind of hard. Well, no shit, if I haven't spent that much time on it, of course I'm gonna say it's hard. But is it really hard? Or is it just me that haven't practiced enough yet?
See you at the finish line.
It's the same thing when it comes to Tekken. When people are saying, oh, Mortal Kombat is easier than Tekken, that just means you haven't spent that much time with Tekken yet. Because I guarantee you, if you spend a whole year only playing Tekken, don't play any other fighting game. And I mean it. I mean it. Don't play any other fighting game, only playing Tekken. I guarantee you that after a year, you're gonna look back and you're gonna say, wow, I can't believe I had such a hard time with such an easy combo. And then you might become an elitist. The chance of you to become an elitist after that is kind of big, because then you are gonna be one of those same people that have told you, hey dude, that's -12. Hey dude, that's -12. Oh, he did that one, that's -16. Why didn't you launch it? That's still -16. You haven't punished it yet. See my point? That was the same thing when oh shit, I remember when wait a minute, Rebbaroo? Rebbaroo killing it? Okay. Alrighty then, Rebbaroo. Rebbaroo is killing it. Oh. Hey man, don't sleep on turning characters, right? Don't sleep on turning characters. Whoa! Energy! Fuck! He tried. He tried. Alright, I'll take the second place.
I really wanted that trophy.
Muscle memory. Exactly. Muscle fucking memory. So looking up frame data at your level is not something you should do already. Of course, you're gonna delete the app after 1 day because you don't understand shit what it says. That's like if I gave a math test to a kid who is like in 1st grade, but the math test I gave him is from college or like 9th grade or some shit. He's not gonna understand what the fuck it says on the paper. Like, it's the same thing. People try to, problem is people try to rush it, man. Like, they want to get good at a fighting game tomorrow. You can't get good at a fighting game tomorrow.
Watch out.
And then when tomorrow comes and you realize nothing has fucking happened yet, you're still the same one that you were yesterday, then you're gonna give up. And the excuse is gonna be, well, this fighting game is clearly harder than the other fighting game. And my point is, don't get me wrong here, my point is, all fighting games are hard. That's what people need to understand. There's no such thing as a fighting game being easier than another fighting game. There's no such thing, unless you're playing Smash, but that's not a fighting game. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But you guys get what I mean. There's no such thing as like a fighting game being easier than another fighting game. There is one thing as like, yeah, another fighting game being more approachable than another fighting game, which makes it easier to digest, right? It makes it a lot easier to digest. Not easier to learn, easier to digest, because the information that you are looking for is already in the game. And there are some fighting games where the information you're looking for is not in the fighting game at all. And you have to go online and look after that shit. And most of the time, you're gonna run into people that are an elitist of that fighting game you're trying to be good at, and they're gonna tell you the same thing that probably everybody have told you. Just have fun. And it might sound really, really cocky. It might, you know, you probably heard that shit over billions of times, people saying that. Like the whole like, oh, you know, just have fun. And that is really, that is the truth, man. You gotta have fun. How are you supposed to learn a fighting game if you're not gonna have fun? But also at the same time, you gotta think about like this. As much fun as you can have in a fighting game, there will come a time where it's not gonna be fun anymore. Now it's serious, you know. You gotta make the right choices. You gotta make everything count in order to be better, right? There's no such thing as having a good time and having fun making $1 million. You're not gonna have fun making $1 million. It's the same thing when it comes to fighting games. You're not gonna have fun trying to become the world's best, if that is your goal or whatever the case may be. I don't want to get good fast. I just feel like my progress is super slow. Like super slow. Well, what I'm trying to say is, it's not slow. You're the only one who thinks it's slow. That's what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is, when it comes to Tekken and any fighting game, you gotta deploy patience. A lot of people these days today, they're not patient. They're not patient enough. That's why they still suck. Sorry, but that's the harsh truth. I hate sugarcoating shit. I'm just saying it as it is. That is the harsh truth. People who are not patient enough, they're the people who tend to suck. Or they tend to not get good. Or they tend to not get as good as they could be. I think everybody, I think anyone, and I mean anyone in the world, can become great at a fighting game. Anyone! Anyone! Problem is that a lot of people, they're not patient enough. They feel like it's going slow, but realistically, it's not really as slow as you think. You might give up and all that shit until you realize that there are 200,000 other people that haven't even tried yet. At least you tried. I got first time mashing on Eddie.
That's not good.
That's what you need to understand. Getting first stand is like getting a beginner rank. It is beginner rank. You have beginner, then you have 9th Q, all the way up to 3rd Q. From 9th Q to 3rd Q, you can't lose your rank. You can't. It's impossible to lose your rank. The first rank you get where you can actually lose your rank, that's first dan. People in the Tekken community, they see first dan as the beginner rank. Why? Because beginner rank, and from 9th Q all the way up to 3rd Q to first dan, you can't lose your rank, which means that from beginner all the way to first dan, that is you who are in the test. You are in the test until you get first dan. Like, dude, I've seen people lose. I've seen people lose while they were being 5th Q and they're still ranked up. They still ranked up even though they lost. It don't mean shit. Sure, you got first dan by matching with Eddie, but I tell you this much, even if you were losing with Eddie, you will still get first dan. It don't mean shit. It's like doing the placement in Overwatch. In Overwatch rank, you lose all of your 10 matches, you're still gonna get bronze, right? Same thing when it comes to the other way around, right? You can lose all, you can win all your matches, but if you lose one or some shit like that, you're still gonna get bronze. It's the same fucking shit when it comes to Tekken. From beginner rank, 9th Q all the way up to first dan, that is seen as placements. It's just a placement, and then after you're done with that, winning or losing, you're still gonna get first dan no matter what, and that is where rank truly starts. So technically, realistically, you're still a beginner rank.
Better luck next time.
I hate to be nice when it comes to shit like that. I'm just saying it as it is. That is the fact. I mean, if you're getting perfected in first dan, and these other players are doing combos, well, maybe it just means they're better than you. That doesn't mean they're smurfing. Like, dude, I've seen people do combos and shit in 9th Q. And second of all, you can't really trust Tekken ranks. It's not like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. Your rank don't mean shit. Your rank don't mean shit. There could be someone that is 3 ranks lower than you, and he can still play better than you. That doesn't mean he's a smurf or anything. It just means that his fundamentals are better than yours. Facts. Facts. You can't trust Tekken ranks. You can't. You can trust him to a certain degree. Of course you can trust him to a certain degree. You can look at somebody's rank and say, okay, he knows what's up, you know. He's good enough to achieve that rank or whatever the case may be. But you also gotta think about the system. The new ranking system that happened in Season 2. It is way easier to rank up in Tekken 7 Season 2 compared to how it was back in Tekken Tag Tournament 2 days, or Tekken 7 Season 1. Like, I've seen people go from brawler all the way up to mighty ruler. That doesn't mean that they became better, or their fundamentals got better. The rank system helped them rank up way better, because if you beat someone that is a rank above you or more ranks above you, that also means that you're getting more points. That is the ranking system. That's how it works in Tekken 7 now. So it don't really mean shit. Like, dude, back in the days, the highest rank in Tekken Tag Tournament 2 was Tekken God. True Tekken God. True Tekken God was the highest rank. in Tekken Tag Tournament 2. And then in Tekken 7, that's where we got Tekken God Prime. There didn't exist Tekken God Prime in Tekken Tag Tournament 2. But true Tekken God did exist, and there was no one, and I mean no one. Not even the Korean players, not even JDCR, not even me. No one was a true Tekken God. How was it for you, like the first time? Because everybody have their different ways of like that wake-up call of like how to get good at a fighting game, or realizing, man, fighting games are hard, right? And JDCR, he asked me, so Chris, did you have a time where you spend like 3 to 4 hours in practice mode yourself? Oh shit, I fucked that shit up. And I was like, yeah, man, how the fuck do you know? And you know, JDCR, he looked at me and said, you know, because he had the same fucking thing. Like, I cannot stress enough how many people, man, and I mean how many people that spend hours upon hours, man, in practice mode just to practice one combo, you know, a hard combo, and make sure that they will always get it over and over and over again. They will never drop that combo. There's been times where I spend 3 to 4 hours my damn self in practice mode just to practice one freaking combo, right? And then when you finally can do that combo with your eyes closed, literally with your eyes closed. You go to online, right? You go to the online world, ranked or whatever the case may be. Oh, fuck, that's not good. God damn it. So you go like to online rank or whatever the case may be, and you know, you just dropping combos over and over and over again. Why? Because now it's not you practicing on a dummy, right? You're not practicing on a dummy thick Anna Williams. No, you are practicing against another player, right? And you have to make sure that this player allows you to do that combo, right? Allows you, like, you gotta make this character duck so you can hop kick him or whatever the case may be, right? And then finally when you get the hop kick, you're not even ready to do that combo because you're like, oh shit, I finally got the combo. All right, let me do this combo. And then you drop it because you're getting nervous. The nerves kicks in and all that shit, right? It's like rank, promotion, or whatever the case may be. And trust me on this, that had happened to anyone, and I mean anyone, even the world's best players. That happened to anyone. Anyone can drop a, you know, my point is, if that shit can happen to you online, why don't you, like, what the fuck don't you think is gonna happen when you play in an offline tournament with thousands of people behind your back screaming and cheering your fucking name, knowing damn well there's like over 10,000 people watching you on a live stream on the Tekken channel, Tekken World Tour? I've been in that situation, and I've dropped combos my damn self in tournaments, but I've also won a lot of my matches when it comes to tournaments. And I've also ranked very fucking high in tournaments. 5th place, 6th place, top 8, and all that shit. That didn't come out of fucking nowhere. I didn't just, you know, sprout out and come to be. No. Like, that shit happened to me so many times, but because I got used to it, that shit don't happen to me, right? That shit don't really happen to me anymore. But it can still happen. I'm not saying it's never gonna happen anymore just because I'm used to being on a stage. That shit can still happen, because if someone as fucking if someone as Knuckle Do can drop a combo at Capcom Cup where there's $200,000 on the line, if you can drop a $200,000 combo, even though you've done it so many times, you know, that just tells me that, yeah, any fighting game is hard. There's no such thing as a fighting game being easier than another fighting game. It can be more approachable, but at the end of the day, any fighting game is still hard. You know, there's different variations and levels to a fighting game. You can be a casual player just playing couch co-op with your friends. You can try to hit up rank, and then, you know, shit gets harder. And then when you finally get really good at the online world, then you take it to the offline world and you realize that, wow, I'm not fighting against like random ass players anymore online. I'm actually sitting right next to the world's best player. I'm fighting against that dude. Well, last time I went, the first Mortal Kombat 11 tournament I went to, I got a 5th place. And who knocked me out of the tournament? The guy who knocked me out of the tournament was the guy who actually won the fucking tournament. So I was basically playing against the country's best player without me knowing. So that's my point, right? And it doesn't matter how good I am at Mortal Kombat. Anything can fucking happen. And it wasn't really the fact that I dropped combos or anything like that. I just ran into somebody that was just way better than me. You're always gonna run into someone who's better than you at combos, have practiced more than you, or whatever the case may be. And the best way to get better at them, the best way to learn your combos and get better at fighting game is to play more than all your friends. It's to play more than anybody else. That's how you get good. And yes, that takes a lot of fucking time and is riddled with failures and all that shit. But you know what? If you didn't fail, if you didn't lose your matches, you would never be able to appreciate success.